I'm Louie and I like to make things. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a do-it-yourself sports equipment deodorizer spray. Something that you can use in your gym bag. This particular one I'm making will be for my boxing gym bag, but you can use it on your equipment, in your shoes, or your teenager's shoes, or your teenage boys' just bedroom overall. If you have teenage boys, you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, it's great stuff, all natural and low in alcohol, so it's not going to dry out the equipment. So let's get started. Okay, so I've measured out some of the stuff to try to save time, but the ingredients that we're going to use are distilled water. I keep a big jug of it because I use it on a number of things, but you don't need that much. And if you want to just, use regular water, that's fine. Where I live, we have a lot of minerals in our water, so it's very hard water. So I try to keep stuff clean and from clogging up, the minerals from clogging up the spray pump bottle. Speaking of spray pump bottle, it's a 2-ounce bottle. You can do larger. Today's formula, though, that I'm doing is going to be for this bottle because I want something that I can throw in my gym bag. But again, teenagers might require larger bottles. Anyways, I use witch hazel, but I use the alcohol-free witch hazel. This is the brand that I prefer. And like I said, alcohol-free, which is good. So when you're putting it on your sporting equipment, it's not drying it out. This same recipe you can use to make just a general air freshener, and you can substitute the essential oils that I'm using today for other fragrant oils that you like. For example, I have a friend that I had made some air freshener for. She had asked me just for a sweet smelling air freshener, non-specific. So instead of the oils that I'm using today for the deodorizer, I used a cranberry, fig, and mango and vanilla. So cranberry, fig, mango, and vanilla mix. And it came out pretty amazing, I thought. But she did tell me to get feedback later that she absolutely loves it. Don't lose the recipe. Be sure and write it down if I didn't, which I hadn't. And that since she's been using it, she's gotten all sorts of compliments for her the smell of her home. Whenever she uses it, people come over and they love the smell, which says a lot considering she has 3 indoor cats. So anyways, back to this. So we have witch hazel, distilled water, our spray pump bottle, and then the essential oils that I'm using are eucalyptus, tea tree oil, which has a lot of antibacterial properties, and peppermint. So it's going to be a pretty minty scent, but it'll be good for my boxing gloves. The inside of these gloves get pretty funky because there's a lot of sweating in there. And I know you probably can't tell from my pajama attire, but I am pretty scrappy. And so any kind of fitness activity that involves punching, kicking, elbowing, choking, potentially breaking limbs that does not result in jail time or divorce court is just my kind of thing. So I spend a lot of time in the gym practicing violence. Okay, anyways, back to our formula. So I have my cheat sheet, my handy cheat sheet, and it says to mix the essential oils first, which I did not do because I'm not great at following instructions, as you know from my other videos. But I can tell you this, once it's all mixed up in the bottle, you shake it, it doesn't really matter what order you do it in. So, I already pre-weighed my witch hazel and put it in the bottle, and it is a 1/2 ounce for this little bottle. And this has like a little squirt top, which makes it really easy to just kind of squirt it into the bottle and measure it out, where I use my trusty scale that you've seen numerous times in my videos. Then I've pre-weighed 1 ounce of the distilled water. So I'm going to put that in the bottle. I have a handy little funnel here that makes it a little easy for me. But you can also use pipettes, or just if you're really good about not spilling things, just wing it. Anyways, and then we want 18 drops of the tea tree oil. And just to sort of measure it out or make it easier than doing individual drops, you can use your disposable pipettes. And I guess since this is an air freshener, I don't have to use a new one. I can reuse one. I always save my pipettes that have been used for things that don't require skin applications. So anything that's going to be a skin application, I would use a brand new pipette, but anything that's not going to be a skin application like candles or air freshener, then I can reuse my pipettes. Okay, so just as a rule of thumb, 20 drops is the same as 1 milliliter, so you don't have to count the drops. Because I notice when I try to count the drops, I only get like a few drops in and then I lose count, or drops faster. There's 2 drops go faster, or 1, I can't tell if it's a full drop or a half drop, so I count it twice. I don't know, it's a lot. So it's easier just to consider that 20 drops is 1 milliliter, and this is a 3 milliliter pipette. So I can just get 1 milliliter and put it into my mix. Then I want the same of the eucalyptus oil. And I have a towel here to just kind of wipe it off, and just be sure to squeeze out first. And then there we go. And then on the peppermint oil, we only need 10 drops. So that would be a half a milliliter. So squeeze out first. Get the eucalyptus out. Fill up the peppermint. And in the bottle it goes. Okay, so now close the bottle, shake it up, and voila, all natural deodorizer with essential oils. And I know you can't smell it, but this is a very strong scent. Like, I can smell it. The whole room smells very minty fresh at the moment. And now I can just spray it all over the fabric portions of my boxing gloves and all on the inside of my boxing gloves. And I don't have it here, but I also have moisture packets, moisture absorption packets that I put in my gloves to absorb the moisture after my workout. I can spray that down with this now, and so it's going to absorb the moisture, but also have that fragrant smell and germ killer inside. So really great stuff. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. It's fairly easy, and I will add links at the bottom on my YouTube page. So if you're watching this on another platform, please be sure to check out my YouTube page, like and subscribe, and get the links to buy the ingredients for making this DIY. And also my pajamas. A lot of people have asked where they can find the pajamas that they see me wearing in all the videos, and so I'm including links to those as well. Again, please like, share, subscribe, and repost so we can show other people how I do. I don't know. I can't speak. I'm so blah, 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 and I really don't even feel like editing this out. So you know what to do. Bye.